given them, 4 or 5 big nuggets today, but if there's one single thing that you could leave them with, piece of
Mhm.
advice just to take that next step forward, because that's often the big challenge is they agree with all your solutions, but they get then sucked back into the daily grind. So
Mhm.
what would be one step that you would say to my listeners to improve upon today, tomorrow?
I know it's really hard, especially when you're in the business and it feels like there's just fires all the time everywhere. But the first step to really making the improvement and seeing where to make the improvement is taking a step back and observing. So let's say you take 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks, and every problem that comes at you that you know you've dealt with before, take a note, put it on a whiteboard, put it on a notepad you keep on your desk, just take a note, right? And at the end of this time, maybe it's a week, 2 weeks, whatever, take a look at that list of problems. Because what you're going to find, because what I always find is there's relationships between those problems. There are common links. And if you have them all written down, you can see them. You can start to see the patterns and the links between the problems. You may find that 3 or 4 of your problems that you encounter on a daily basis are all tied back to the same issue. So if you solve that one issue, you've now taken 4 problems you regularly deal with off of your desk or off of someone else's. Boom, right? As you continue working your way through that list, you're going to gradually improve the work environment around you to the point where now you get to the next tier, right? We all have our big bear problems, the things that happen all the time and they're annoying and they're constantly getting in the way. Once you solve those problems at first stage and you rake it back, that's when you get to the really good stuff. Because now that all of your annoying, like attention robbing problems have been pushed out of the way, you can start to see the smaller problems, the more insidious problems, the ones that create bigger issues for you, but that you've never been able to pay attention to because you kept getting distracted by the stuff that was on your desk day in and day out. So for me, it was really overwhelming when I first started. I didn't come in here like guns a-blazing. I didn't have like a master plan. I really came in and I was like, you know what, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to learn. I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to find out like, what is it that makes your job annoying? What is something that bugs you about your job? It's okay to ask people that. They're not going to suddenly be like, you know what, that does bug me. I'm going to quit. I'm out. Bye. No, they're going to be happy that someone is taking the time to ask them that question. And they're going to be hopeful that someone's going to take the time to solve that problem for them. So then it's very important if you're going to take the time to communicate with people, ask them their problems, take action on it. Don't ask your employees for feedback and for buy-in and then never act on it because you'll lose their trust and they won't participate in the things you put in front of them in the future.